Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square and I'm with Simon Fitzgerald and Stephen Tailby, and we're going to talk about Sonic Mania, which is being demoed at EGX this year. So what did you think? First impressions?
Well, it's just classic Sonic, isn't it? It's the perfect thing, really. I mean, they've taken it right back to the classic gameplay of the Mega Drive titles, which is, in my opinion, exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, this game, if you looked at it, it looks like a Mega Drive game, but then when you inspect it a little more closely, you can see the kind of steps up in visual detail in animation. They're showing two zones at EGX. They're showing Green Hill Zone, which is kind of the classic zone, but you can see some improvements in some of the areas. It looks a little better than what it did on the Mega Drive. And then the other zone is Studiopolis Zone, I believe, and that definitely is a step up from the original Mega Drive games. There's a little effect as Sonic runs past like loads of panes of glass, a bit like what you'll see in the background, and they all shatter and it looks like really nifty and really nice. But the physics are identical to the Mega Drive games, and obviously this is being developed by a guy called Christian Whitehead, I think, who worked on Sonic CD, the port of that for the PS3, so he knows Sonic inside out. Did you think it felt right, Simon?
It did feel right, yeah. There's plenty of new enemies, there's a new boss at the end of the Green Hill Zone. That felt really good. And yeah, it felt like an actual Sonic game. Like the old 2D ones. I enjoyed it. The physics are great.
I think the key thing is they tried to go back to 2D with Sonic 4, and it just didn't feel right at all, whereas this does feel right. Instantly you can tell this is a Sonic game. But one of the new mechanics they've added is called the drop dash. Now I couldn't figure out how to do this. Apparently, Stephen, you did figure it out, so do you want to explain a little more about what that adds?
So basically the drop dash is a way of building momentum when you make a harsh landing. So if you're shot up into the air or you're making a jump, you can then hold the jump button while you're still in the air, and when you land, you'll shoot straight off, rather than do a hard landing and have to build momentum up again. It's a way of keeping you moving forward.
And I think that's key, because Sonic is all about momentum. Like, once you lose that momentum, Sonic becomes a lot less fun. It's when you're sprinting from one end of the stage to the other, and this seems like a really smart addition of a way of making you keep moving rather than you're going to stop and you've got to build your speed back up again. There's not really a whole lot more to say, is there?
I was quite impressed with the visuals. The visuals they've kept similar to the Mega Drive games, but they've upped the graphics a bit. They look quite colourful. And quite nice.
It kind of looks like there was never a 2D Sonic game, I don't think, on the Sega Saturn, like on a 32-bit machine. It kind of feels like the long-lost 32-bit Sonic game that never was. So but for more on Sonic Mania, we're going to have tons up in the lead-up to release in early 2017, and we'll bring you all of that on Push Square. Let us know in the comments section if you're going to buy this game, or if you're not a fan of Sonic, and thank you so much for watching.